Hey Gemini, what's up gang? Hope everybody is well. We're gonna look into what have people realized about you. I don't know if I've ever done one of these readings before. I know I've done like how are people viewing you, but I don't think I've ever done a realization reading. So this should be interesting. If that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box because that's gonna have all the information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump right into this because I just don't know how this is going to go. Again, I don't know if I've ever done one before, so we're going to see. So for your intuitive message, we have the Golden Heart, and it's interesting because I'm hearing that song from Casey and JoJo, Crazy, where basically they're talking about how they can't stop thinking about somebody and they're like crazy over them and all of that stuff. If you haven't heard the song, it's a good song. I would look it up. But I feel like perhaps that could be what somebody's realizing in regards to you, Gemini, is they can't stop thinking about you. They're crazy about you. The Golden Heart suggests that somebody feels a very strong connection to you. Okay, so that could be something that's going on here. Somebody is realizing the depth of their feelings. Okay, somebody could be realizing the depths of your feelings as well. I'm also getting the energy of somebody, there's something around intentions here with the Golden Heart. It's making me feel like somebody was questioning your intentions or somebody wasn't sure about what your intentions were, but they're coming down to some kind of conclusion about that, and possibly that you had good intentions all along or something here, okay? But it is feeling like there's realizations around the heart space, all right? So let's see what we have here. What are people realizing when it comes to Gemini? We have the Money coming out right off the bat. So yeah, we have contracts on the bottom of the deck. So people could be realizing that you are destined for greatness, that you are destined to be successful, that you're going to have a lot of wealth, that you're doing very well at your career. Maybe these people work with you. Maybe these people are able to, I don't know, follow your career somehow or something like that. But it does feel like people are realizing that you are going to be very wealthy, or you already are very wealthy. It's like you seem to be able to attract abundance. Now, some of you guys might disagree. You might feel like you have to work really hard to attract any kind of abundance that you get. But what people are realizing is that, you can attract abundance if you want to, okay? So there's something around your career. There's something around your career focus. Perhaps you put all of your focus and your energy into your career, or you're very dedicated. And of course, this is paying off for you. So what are people realizing about Gemini gang? What are people realizing, please, Spirit? We have the Pool coming out, okay? So people could be realizing that they feel, again, very drawn into you. That's what I was getting with that Casey and JoJo song. It does feel like somebody is really attracted to you, and they're realizing that. Maybe they've tried to distance themselves, or they've tried to stop thinking about you. They've tried to maybe date other people or be with other people or whatever. This does feel more romantic. Obviously, the whole reading won't be geared around that, but this particular card does suggest romance. And it feels like whoever this person is, they just can't stop thinking about you. It's giving that energy. It's kind of giving the energy of like, if they weren't special, if they weren't important, if they didn't matter, I would have already forgotten about them, or I already would have been able to move on from them. The fact that I can't shows me that there's something real here, or there's something special here. Somebody could feel a very strong soul connection to you as well, like almost like there's a red string of fate between you and this person, like something that they can't control. They're going to feel connected to you possibly for the rest of their life. They could dream about you. They could get like strong signs and synchronicities in regards to you, Gemini. Yeah, I just feel like somebody is really understanding the depths of their attraction to you right now, and how like they're pulled in almost against their will. Interesting. Okay, so anything else? What are people realizing in regards to Gemini's gang, Spirit? What are people realizing when it comes to Gemini? We have read the fine print. You know, it's funny because we get this kind of energy a lot when we're looking at other people in regards to you. It always feels like people underestimate you, or people don't see like your true nature or something. And I know that Geminis are like multifaceted, and we have a lot of different sides, and we're very mutable and changeable and all of that good stuff. And I get that, but it just feels like people kind of are very surface level, or they look at the surface of something and then that's what they make their judgments off of. But what people are realizing is that they need to read the fine print when it comes to you, that you're deeper than what you look, or it goes deeper than what it looks, or what they thought something was, it's actually like an iceberg effect, right? We see this tiny little tip of the iceberg that's above the surface of the water, but if we were to dip our head below, we'd see like a huge structure that we didn't realize was there. So maybe people are realizing that you show what you want to show. You show the sides of yourself that you want to show. Some of these people could have seen different sides of you that other people haven't been able to. So maybe they feel like, oh, Gemini has a lot more depth. Gemini has a lot more emotion. They have a lot more heart. They have a lot more pain or anger or trauma than what they let on. But it feels like people, even the people that feel like they know you better than most people or some people, those individuals still feel like they don't know the full you. Like they have to look into you, or they have to really study you. So somebody around you could want some answers. They could have questions. They could be seeking some kind of clarity when it comes to you, Gemini. But it does feel like people feel like they have to kind of read in between the lines, or, make sure that they know exactly what something's going to be before they mess with you, or before they talk to you, before they get into business with you. Yeah, we have Divine Feminine coming out with the Pinky Promise, okay? People could see you as very, I know this isn't what people see you as, but I am getting that people see you as very loyal. But this is what they could be realizing, is that you're very loyal, to the things that you love. Maybe you're very loyal to yourself. You're dedicated to your healing, your self-care. People could be realizing that there's something different about you again, right? There's something here where it's like you are connected to the divine. You're good at manifesting, or you have some kind of divinity on you, is what people are realizing. Anything else from this deck? What are people realizing when it comes to Gemini, gang? We have the High Priestess, okay? So people could be realizing that you are quite intuitive. Dare I say psychic here with this energy. It's like people are realizing that you have answers, you have knowledge, you have clarity that not everybody has, right? People could ask you for advice a lot, or could come to you with problems, and maybe you help them solve those problems. Also, she's giving like gypsy energy a little bit. People could realize that you are not trying to fit in. You don't fit in, and you're not trying to fit in. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Whoever these people are, they could be in an area where literally everybody looks the same. Like everybody looks the same, everybody looks the same, talks the same, acts the same, but you're different. And, they see that you're okay with that. Like you're okay with being different. You're okay with living on the fringes of society. Some of you guys might like live out in the wilderness by yourself, or you might, kind of keep yourself isolated and away from people. And, maybe you dress differently, or there's something about you that stands out and screams like, I don't fit into societal standards. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I do think that whoever this is that's realizing this about you, it's almost like it reflects something back to them, because they're looking at themselves like, because I feel like this person might be different too, but they've done a lot to try to fit in to wherever they're at, to not stand out too much. And here you are just being who you are and not being apologetic about it, Some of you could be readers, a spiritualist. You could definitely be just, spiritual people. Somebody's realizing that about you. Maybe they weren't sure. Maybe they had their suspicions, Okay, let's see. People are also realizing that you are a channel for spirit, the divine, God, whatever you want to call it. Like you have some kind of knowledge that is not privy to everybody. What are people realizing about Gemini, gang, please? What are people realizing about Gemini, gang? Yeah, we have the ancestors coming out. Like you're very tapped into your divinity. Look, now we have divine masculine. Exactly. Like you're very tapped into your divinity, and there's something that's special about you. You might have a lot of ancestral support. People could be realizing this. People could be realizing that you're very divinely protected, that you have a purpose, you have a path, and that spirit is very much involved in that and even protects that. If there's been anybody that's tried to do any kind of weird stuff against you, it's backfired. Okay? So people could be seeing that you're kind of off limits. There's also something about a past life here, or a reincarnation or something. People could be realizing that they shared a past life with you, or that you're very familiar to them in some kind of way, or that you're an old soul, right? Like you've been here before is kind of the energy that I'm getting. Okay, anything else before you put this deck up? Anything else before we put this deck up? What are people realizing about Gemini gang? What are people realizing? We have the Storm coming out with the Gift. Interesting. Yeah, with the Eclipse, which is radical change on the bottom of the deck. You know, what I'm getting is that some people realize that, like, you come in and you change things. You change things in people's lives. You change them. You change the entire circumstance. Like, nothing is the same after you. And though it may seem a little chaotic, it could seem like it's not the greatest energy, which some people could even confuse that, you know, especially with this read the fine print. It's like, you know, was this some kind of trap, or is this person doing something, like some kind of not great in like work or something, energy work, especially since we saw like the spiritualist. People might think you're a witch and you're out here cursing people. Just take that as it resonates, guys. But it does feel like those who really do the reflection and do the inner work see that this is actually a gift. Like, you're a catalyst to change in other people. Yeah, and healing. Exactly. You bring healing, you bring change. And not like you're healing anybody, but you reflect a raw image of what needs to be healed in other people, whether you're trying to do this or not. Which could be one of the reasons why you find yourself isolated and alone and all that good stuff, right? We know. Gemini, you already know, right? But this is what people could be realizing about you, you know? And it's a gift to be in your presence, right? And we talk about the Storm all the time, the Storm being very medicinal, you know, because it brings all of the stuff that's been stuck and stagnant up to the surface. It cleanses, it's a cleansing energy. Albeit a little bit scary and maybe even a violent one, but it is cleansing. So people are realizing that, like, that your presence in their life changed everything, and they didn't think it would, or they didn't even like consider that it would, but it has. It's changed everything. And with this change, you know, they can't deny that it was some kind of gift, or it was exactly what they needed, or something like that, because now they can be real with themselves or something. We have bitch, I'm drowning. And yeah, and people who have done you wrong, it's like, you know, and like really done you wrong. Not like, you know, they needed to learn something and so you were a catalyst for their healing, but people who like intentionally went out of their way to hurt you, they've suffered through some kind of karma because of that. So they're equating it to, wow, like Gemini is very divinely protected or divinely guided is the energy that I'm getting. Divine masculine coming back out. So people definitely see you as like a divine being. You know, people could also be realizing that they're hella attracted to you. Like there's something about you, which I think we talked about pretty much already. So let's get some more out here. I want to pull from the color mage. What are people realizing about Gemini gang, please? What are people realizing? We have Paradise, card number 88, Heaven on Earth. Ew. Okay, Gemini, I feel like people are realizing that you're a little slice of heaven on earth. I'm telling you, people are realizing that you're like one of a kind. You're different. You know, like you are not something that's easily duplicated, easily replicated, any of those things. Like you are one of a kind. You are completely different. They've never met anybody like you, and you leave a mark on them. So people could be realizing that being around you is like being in a different time, or it's like experiencing some kind of heaven that like when you're gone, they realize it, you know, or they feel it really hard is the energy that I'm getting here. We have card number 65, Myth and Magic, coming out. That is interesting because that is very reminiscent of that High Priestess card that we had. Yeah, like people may be realizing that you are different. Like you're not like everybody else. I mean, I feel like it's very redundant. Maybe this is just a very specific message, but that's what people are realizing. There's something magical about you. Maybe people are realizing that you have magical powers or you have spiritual abilities here. We have card number 11. It says Snuggle, Natural Touch. Okay, so people could be realizing that they want, because this is one of my like bare naked cards because it kind of looks like a fleshy skin tone. People could, and it's also called Snuggle, right? People could be realizing that they want to snuggle with you. They want to get close and intimate with you, even if that's just conversating, right? But I feel like they do. They want to touch their bodies to yours. Like they want to explore your body. I feel like they want you to explore theirs, Gemini. That's the kind of energy I'm getting off somebody. Yeah, especially like with the read the fine print, like I want to get all up in there and and see everything. I don't know, that's for somebody. But people could be realizing that you cause them to feel very comfortable. Like they've never felt that sense of like you feel like home. You know how people say that, like, oh, this person felt like home, right? That's what people are realizing they felt with you. It was very like natural and nurturing. This energy of like, it wasn't something that you had to try to do. Like you didn't try to make them feel comfortable, or you didn't try to be this natural, like, you know, energy to them. You just were. People could also be realizing that you have a natural touch, a natural ability, a natural gift or talent or skill for something, and you're very good at it. Yeah, we have pleasure and laughter. Card number 8. 88, 888 could be significant. It feels like people are realizing that they've never laughed so hard as what they've laughed with you. They've never had so much pleasure, you know, as what they've had with you. And now that could be in that way, you know, the way, or that could just be in general. Like they just bring great pleasure to my life. It's a pleasure to be around them. It's a pleasure to talk with them. It's a pleasure to, you know, have a meal with them, or catch a movie, or go to a thrift shop or a museum or the beach or a hiking trail or wherever. It's like, it's just a pleasure to be around this person. You know, it's like you bring the light in, is what somebody is realizing. Yeah, it's like a sunset joy. You know, if you've ever seen like a really beautiful sunset and it's got all the oranges and the reds and the purples, and it's just like, it just feels so beautiful, and it's just, you know, like your heart swells with love and just, you know, joy. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling like people are realizing that you bring into their life. Yeah, we have goldenrod, card number 24, stay committed. Now for my masculines out there, I can't believe I'm about to say this, y'all, but I'm just giving the messages. For my masculines out there, somebody can feel you have a goldenrod. I am just saying, we can move on now. Everybody had their moment. They laughed. It's cool now. We can move on. But that is for somebody. But also with that stay committed, like people could be realizing that you are very committed, you know, or that they want to be committed to you. Okay. Anything else from this deck before you put it up, Spirit? Because then I'm going to start clarifying some stuff. We have card number 76, Canyon, a deep perspective. Yeah, people are realizing that you have a deep perspective. And your perspective is also healing, too, with the pale lime. Gentle healing, card number 31. It's like you see things in a different way. You see life in a different way. You know, it's like the whole time they thought that the sky was, you know, green. And then you're like, no, it's blue. You know, and they're like, it's blue, and then you explain why, and they're like, oh my gosh, the sky is blue. It's like people can go their life thinking one thing, or believing in one set of philosophies, or feeling like this is all it is, or this is the only thing it can be, and then they meet you and they realize, oh wow, it's like a whole new world. Things are being opened up that I never experienced, or I never thought I could experience. So you have, again, and that goes hand in hand with that high priestess energy that we saw. You just have a lot of otherworldly knowledge that people are like, I've never heard of this before, and I don't know where this comes from, and I don't know how you got this, but it actually makes sense and it resonates with my soul, you know? So there could be something like that. You could also cause people to have like a deep perspective where they really think deeply about the things that you say, or, you know, again, the impact that you have on their life. Okay, let's get something for this money energy. What is this for what people are realizing about Gemini gang, please? This money. What is this for what people are realizing? We have the Hierophant. Yeah, people could be realizing that you're very committed to your money. Like you're very committed to whatever you do for a living, your job, your grind. Like you really enjoy what you do for some of you guys. Obviously that's not for everybody, but people could be seeing this and realizing this. It doesn't necessarily have to be that it's the truth. It's just their realization. Like let's say you don't really like your job, but you're always working and you're always prioritizing your job over everything. People are going to naturally assume that you are committed to your job and you really like your job, even if you're like, I don't really like it. So, you know, take that as it resonates. But yes, people are realizing that you're very committed to your job. Also, people are realizing that you're mastering something, or you're the best in your field. You're one of the best in whatever you do. You know, like you take ownership over whatever you do. You take something very seriously. People are realizing that you're very prideful when it comes to your work. Like you want to do a good job, maybe even like a perfectionist, which we see with the natural touch over here anyways. People are seeing that you do have a natural touch. People could be seeing, especially when you have 3 here, 3 here, maybe you work on a team very well. Maybe you lead a team, and people are realizing that you are a very important part of the team. Like if we didn't have you on the team, we would be in a sore shape, right? We would be in a really tough spot, is the kind of energy I'm getting. So people could be realizing that, you know? Also, strange message, but I'm gonna say it and it'll resonate with somebody out there. People could be realizing that if they were to marry you, they would be wealthy. Like they wouldn't have to worry necessarily about money. So that's not for everybody. But if you know that you have money, if you know that you're secure like that, yes, people factor that in, or people think about that. Like if I was to marry Gemini, I wouldn't even really have to worry about money. So I don't know. That's not for everybody. Okay. Obviously. But yes, people will feel like you are going to be a professional at whatever you do, or you already are a professional. Maybe you hold some kind of like leadership title, or you have a position at your work that it's like, it's very valuable or something. But I am getting that energy. After all that shuffling, 3 of Pentacles came back out. Yeah, people are realizing that you're a great team player. You know, like you are one of the people that you want to be on a group project with, because you're going to pull your weight. You know, you might even pull more weight than you're supposed to. You're not going to be that person who didn't do their work, shows up late, doesn't take anything seriously, right? Everybody's nervous because when they have to present their, you know, project, has this person done what they're supposed to do? Like, no, people feel like they can leave you to yourself and you will get the job done. You will work very hard. You lead a group or you lead a team very well. People are realizing that. This could even be your boss that's realizing this about you. Your boss could be realizing you need a raise, or your boss could be like, why is Gemini here? I'm getting that for somebody. Like, I feel like your boss is feeling like you're in a transitional period of your life and you're only here because you just don't know what you want to do next, right? Or you just want to take it easy. Like somebody could feel like you are way overqualified for whatever you're doing. Like you could be doing so much more, you know? But for whatever reason, you're not. And maybe, you know, I don't know, I'm sure you have your own reasons for that, Gemini, but it does feel like somebody feels like you're choosing to take less pay. You're choosing to take a lesser position. You're choosing to stay in a place or in an area where it's like, what are you doing here? You should be like, I don't know, up there on top of the mountain, right? But instead you're down here with everybody else. Like, what are you doing? Somebody could see you as that. Like you're meant to be leading, like, you know, large groups of people, not just us, you know. I don't know why I'm getting this, but that's what's coming through. Some of you guys might have like went and traveled around and then came back to like a hometown or something like that. And people around you could be realizing that you did that because you're a little lost. Not to call you out or anything or make you feel exposed, but people might be realizing that like you don't really fit in. You're not supposed to fit in. You could be doing so much more or doing something that would get you so much more recognition or whatever, but you're choosing to kind of, I'm hearing like slum it with us. So I don't know. That's what's coming through for somebody. People are definitely looking at you like you are taking less than what you deserve, and they're surprised. I actually feel like this makes, if this is true, if that's ringing true for you, Gemini, I feel like your boss gets a little bit nervous. Like you're one day going to wake up and come to your senses and be like, ugh, what am I doing here? I could be making so much more money. I'm going to go work over here or go do this. Like they're nervous about that because you are overqualified for whatever you're doing. Interesting. Okay. What is this pull for what people are realizing? I kind of want to breeze through this because we got a lot to get through. What is this pull for what people are realizing? Yeah, we have the 8 of Wands. People could feel like their attraction just builds and builds and builds for you. They could be realizing that, you know, they can't stop it. It's like they've tried. I get the energy of somebody who's tried so hard, you know? It's like this guy in this boat, he has to go to the ocean to visit this mermaid, right? He's never going to see this mermaid just walking. Well, she wouldn't be walking. She'd be flopping down the street, right? He's never going to see her there. He has to come to her. He has to go to the ocean to visit her. And so he works all day and he stares out the window and he looks at the ocean at a distance, right? And he sits there and he just thinks about it and he's like, I'm not going today. But there it goes, right? 5:30, getting off work. And what does he do? The first thing he does, goes to the ocean to see his mermaid. Like that's the kind of energy I'm getting. So take that as it resonates. But somebody could definitely watch you, or they got to come to your world to see you, right? And this man might even be like, how's this even going to work? This can't work. Like there's no way that this can work, right? Like I'm a man, she's a mermaid. How is this even possible? But yet he can't help himself, you know? And I'm sure she has her own thoughts about that too, because she is a mermaid. You know, I'm sure she's not dumb and she realizes that this is hard and it's complicated and there's big differences here. But they're both choosing to show up and entertain each other, because she could just be like, I'm not going to be there. I know he's going to take his little rusty dusty boat out here like he always does, and he's going to wait for me to pop up from the water, right? But I'm just not going to today. And yet she shows up every single time. It's like, there's something like that. Okay? So somebody could be realizing that even though it's impossible, even though there's a lot of differences, even though it's like we literally come from different worlds, I still want to be with you, or I still want to do this. I still want to see you. I still want to be around you. Like, I can't help it, you know? Somebody maybe thought that they could control this, because y'all know how I feel about this Eight of Wands, right? Eight of Wands is Cupid's arrows flying in. It's a lot of passion. It's a lot of desire. It also talks about communication. But in this Eight of Wands, how she looks like she can't, she looks like she thought she could control it, but she can't. That's what I'm getting for somebody. Like, somebody thought they could control their passion or their desire for you, or, you know what I mean? I'll just go see the mermaid once and then I won't go anymore. And it's like, now they're going every single day and they can't stop. It's like that kind of energy. Somebody might be addicted, okay? I'm just saying, that's kind of the energy I'm getting. This could make this person kind of sad, low-key, because they feel like, you know, like they're just going to end up hurting themselves when this can't work out, because obviously it can't work out. We have the Star. Yeah, people could be realizing that you are like some ethereal being. I mean, we have the mermaid, we have the Star. You know, the Star, this Star in particular always reminds me of the white buffalo woman. So people could feel, they could realize that you're a healer, or that there's something very healing about your energy, or very potent, right? I always look down at that fish that's floating upside down and the ancestors like, right? But, you know, that fish is swimming in that pond where she's putting all that damn magic. It's like, it's powerful, you know? And people can get hurt, basically, you know? And so maybe that's what the Five of Cups is that we saw. Somebody feels like, this is going to hurt me. Like, I'm going to be the one that's going to be hurt in this situation. But the person, whoever this is, they realize that they can't help it. You know? Oh no, guys. This is not what I was expecting, but that's what we got, right? And people could feel, I keep saying feel. Maybe somebody's realizing their feelings, maybe, and that's maybe what this is. Like, their realizations are through a filter of their feelings or something. Because I keep saying feeling, even though I know what this reading is. But people could realize that maybe you're heaven sent, or you're like, because we do see heaven on earth, like you're heaven sent, or, you know, spirit put you on their path or something on purpose. They could be like, but why? Why are you gonna put something on my path that I can't have, or it doesn't make sense, or it's not possible, or whatever, right? Yeah, the Empress. People could be realizing that you're just, I don't know, Gemini, damn, what'd you do to him? Okay, what'd you do? You're probably like, I didn't do anything. I just went out there and put my healing energy into the world, right? It's like, okay. But, you know, and it's interesting too, because on the Star, the original Star in the original tarot, she's naked, you know? And so somebody could, that could be something where, especially with this flesh tone card coming out here, somebody could be realizing that they want to see you naked, okay? Or that they think about that a lot. That could be somebody's realization. But I almost feel like people are realizing that you show up in a very authentic, vulnerable way. Like, you don't hide anything. You're not trying to hide anything. You don't hide your feelings or your wounds or your trauma or what you're going through. Like, you're very authentic and you're very vulnerable. But there is something magical, the Magician. Yes, people are realizing that there's something otherworldly about you. What does this read the fine print for what people are realizing? What does this read the fine print? We have the World. Look at all these majors. There's been a major for every single one. So the World is the big sail away, okay? It's the big one because it's closing out a cycle to start a new one, right? So I'm getting a couple things. First of all, I feel like some of these realizations have taken a while for them to come through, right? These weren't like instantaneous revelations that these people have had. It took a while, right? Another thing I'm getting to is like, there's something about reading the fine print with you with closing out cycles. Like, you are willing to close a door. You are willing to close a cycle. You are willing to like value yourself or remove yourself if you feel like you're not getting what you deserve or what you want, what you need in a situation, right? People are realizing that. And people are also realizing that, you know, life goes on for you. You know, Even if you do get sad, Gemini, because everybody gets sad, like nobody's bulletproof, right? So yeah, you might like mourn things in the privacy of your own home, you know? You might go through your own thing, but the face that you show everybody, or how you show up and how you still present yourself, is like of somebody who is going to be all right regardless, which this and that can be true. You can be mourning something and going through something, but also at the same time still having faith and hope that things are going to work out, right? So there could be something with that going on. It's like people are realizing that they have to treat you carefully. Or they have to, I don't want to say walk the line, Johnny Cash, okay? But that's kind of what it's giving me. Is like walk the line in a sense, or, you know, like they can't just play with you. Like people are realizing that they can't come in here and treat you the same way that they treat every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the street, right? Because you're not like every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the street. You're something completely different. And not only are you something in your own individuality completely different, but in their life, you're something different. Like you show up to whoever this person is in a different way that everybody else does. You know, like when they interact with other people, they get the same thing every single time. Different face, different hair, different perfume, but it's the same fucking energy, right? But with you, it's something different. But yet they treat you like you're the same. And that's where it's like they should read the fine print, you know, recognize something valuable when it's in your face, right? Like if you go and buy, I don't know, I don't go out to restaurants and buy wine. So I have no idea how much wine costs at a restaurant. I don't even drink. But like, let's just say you go out and buy like, I don't know, $100 glass of wine versus like a $20 glass of wine at a restaurant. You're not going to sit there and like chug that $100 glass of wine. I mean, normally you wouldn't. I would assume that you would savor the flavor, right? Like you would swirl it around and you'd sniff it and you'd like gargle it. I almost tried to do a gargling sound. I'm so happy that I didn't. But you'd try to like, you know, again, savor the flavor, right, of the wine, because this is a splurge. This is something I don't get all the time. So I want to enjoy the moment. But somebody could have tried to run through you like you're like everybody else. Or again, chug you down like you're a $20 glass of wine or something, and it's like, you know, or spill you over, and it's like, damn, bro, you're being wasteful. There's something like that. There's something like that. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles was on the bottom of the deck. It's like giving the energy of like, if I give to Gemini, I need to give in a very honest, reliable, dependable, trustworthy type of way with integrity, you know? Because the Knight of Pentacles, though he's the slowest knight in the deck, he's not like the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, coming in here talking all kinds of shit, making promises that you don't intend to keep, or Knight of Wands just trying to get you to the bedroom, you know, just like that. You know, it's like, this is energy that needs to be respected and needs to be treated with care, right? And so somebody didn't do that. And so you had to release them back to the water. It's kind of the energy I'm getting, okay? Or this is what they're realizing. Somebody could also felt like they released you back to the water, but they're realizing that actually, energetically, it was the other way around, or they played themselves or something like that, okay? What is this heaven on earth for what people are realizing about Gemini gang? What is this heaven on earth for what people are... Oh, we have 7 of Wands. Can I get one more for this? 7 of Wands. Oh, dang it. Hold on. Look who showed up to the party. Channel sponsor. Always watching from a distance. Okay. Somebody could be realizing that they literally beat off heaven on earth with a bat. Okay. That's what I'm getting for somebody. Like, I don't know. It's because now the King of Cups is like sitting here like looking all sad and stuff, drinking, watching from his spyglass. Got a basic ass, I hate to say it because mermaid, but maybe it's a different mermaid. Maybe it's a mermaid that's like every other mermaid and this was his special mermaid, you know? I don't know, but I don't really know where the story's going, but that's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. Like somebody feels like they were very like defensive or like, get away, like pushing you away and like, you know, like, right? You were trying. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. It's like somebody trying to give like their love and the person's like, huh, 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 huh. Oh man, that is hilarious to me. Okay, like I'm sorry, that is so funny. That's what I'm getting. And then it's like they ran back to their little island so they could watch you safely from a distance. I don't know what's up with this person. It feels like somebody who's so damn scared of their feelings that they just don't know how to act right. Okay? But that's what I'm getting. Like heaven on earth, and like you kicked and screamed to get away from it, you know? That's the kind of energy I'm getting. Whoever this person is, Gemini, they're watching you be very secure now and very okay, and maybe learning new things. Maybe you had a little glow up. Maybe you're doing something different with your look or your hair or something like that. Money's obviously going well. We picked up on that, you know. Just self-care. Every day is self-care. You know, ancestors are very happy. You have a lot of spiritual support. You know, just everything's calm in the land. Everything's done. Everything's in its place. Everything's organized. I don't know what she smells like, but she probably smells really good, you know. And somebody might be realizing that they fought that off, you know, tooth and nail. Like, I don't know. That's what that is for me, okay? All right, what is this shapeshift? What is this shapeshift myth and magic for what people are realizing about you, Gemini? Shapeshifter, myth and magic. We have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I feel like people, I'm getting a couple messages. First of all, I'm getting a message of like a witchy type of tone, okay? So if you are a witch, this would definitely make sense, okay? People are realizing that you're a witch. They're showing me that scene from the Craft where, I don't know exactly how it goes, but he's like, you're a witch. You're all witches. Or something like that. I forget what she says. I haven't seen The Craft in such a long time. But yeah, that's what I'm getting basically. It's like people are realizing that you're a witch, if you are. Okay, if you're not, maybe they were suspecting of that, okay? But I feel like maybe they're realizing that you're not necessarily like a witch by title, but you definitely got some kind of like magical abilities or something. There's something magical going on there, you know? But maybe people are realizing that it comes from spirit, the spirit on the bottom of the deck with the Hermit. Okay. People could also be realizing that though you come off as like an extrovert and like very like fun and outgoing and bubbly and la la la, all that stuff, you actually like to just sit at home and read or, you know, work on your crafts or your art or whatever, pray or meditate or whatever you like to do, right? Like you have different, again, you're a Gemini. Hello, right? So you have different sides to you. You're multifaceted, and I guess somebody is realizing that about you. I'm also getting that message that we've been getting where somebody kind of treated you like you were one of many and you're not. Like you're not out here partying and doing all the stuff that all these other people are doing. Like you're very much on a different path. So yeah, shapeshift. It's like, you know, the other message I'm getting is like, and we've talked about this before, how like spirit will cloak its people. You know, because spirit wants people to want to be with you for the right reasons and want to stay around you and invest in you for the right reasons, right? Not because of what they think that they can get from you or what you have to offer. So people could have not really seen your true nature or your true light or your true value, but until you kind of morphed or shifted, right? Maybe after their true intentions were revealed, right? Like, I don't know if there's some kind of magical spell spirit has on you where it's like, we're going to keep you cloaked until their intentions are revealed. You know what it's kind of given me? It's given like the Beauty and the Beast, where he was like getting ready for the party in the very beginning and the old sick lady showed up in the snowstorm or whatever. And he's like, ew, okay, like get off of my stoop. You're going to scare away all the beautiful people, right? And once, you know, she saw what his true intentions were after she asked for help and he was like, I said, get gone. Okay. She like transformed into like the beautiful witch or whatever. And he was like, oh my God. And it was too late then, right? Then she put the spell on him and all that. We know Beauty and the Beast. We know the story. So that could be what people are kind of realizing about you. This whole reading has been all over the fucking place, guys. So take it as it resonates. I don't know, right? Give me one more for the shapeshift. What people are realizing about Gemini gang. Yeah, Queen of Cups. It's like you stand out or something. You don't fit in. But also you're like a leader. So maybe you're like a supreme or like a head witch or a head priestess, or, you know, like you are different and you're very intuitive is what people are realizing. There's something, again, about you. It's interesting too, because we have the King and Queen of Cups over here. He's always watching from a distance. She's always being watched from a distance. So there could be something like that. Maybe somebody like kicked you to the curb, watched you just, you know, bounce, ba-bump, ba-bump, as they drove away. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. And maybe they watched you shapeshift and transform and they're like, oh, wait, I didn't mean it. So I don't know. There's something like that. There's something there, guys, okay? Obviously, somebody is realizing they have massive regrets. Like, that's coming through in the reading. You know, somebody underestimated you, or they thought that things were going to be too complicated, too different. I don't know. That's coming through, though. Lovers, bottom of the deck. That's your energy, Gemini, okay? Okay, snuggle. Natural touch. I'm almost afraid to ask about this. What is this for what people are realizing? Look, we have the Two of Cups, and look how that kind of matches. It's like almost the same color. So interesting. Yeah, somebody is realizing how like natural they felt with you, how natural things felt with you. It felt so good, like something that they can't find with anybody else. So if this is somebody from your past or whatever, Gemini, this person could have tried to date other people. And I'm getting the energy of somebody sitting at a restaurant and like every single person that comes and sits down in front of them is like the same. They wear their hair the same. They look the same. They talk the same. Like everything is the same. And you're the one that's like different or whatever. I don't know. There's something there with that, but it's also giving the energy of like they feel so comfortable, like it's like you guys fit together like this, which is crazy too, because I feel like some of these people thought there were so many differences or there was so much that was like, but it feels like what it is it's all worldly shit. Like, yeah, you guys have different cultures and different religions perhaps, and maybe there's different skin colors and different, you know, whatever, right? But like in the soul, you guys are the same. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. And somebody is realizing that like soul deep, like you are their soulmate, or it feels so natural with you. Like it's not forced laughter. It's not forced communication. Like they actually want to tell you about everything. They want to talk to you. Whereas with everybody else, they feel obligated. Like you can't take somebody out on a date and just stare at the wall. Right? So I gotta ask about this person's life and I don't really give a shit. Like that's the kind of feeling I'm getting, but with you, like they really do care or something. It could also be, again, realizing that they're extremely sexually attracted to you. Like in a way that they've never felt before. Somebody could also be realizing that sex with you would be very healing. I'm not sure if that's true or not. That's just what they might be realizing. I don't know if I want to say what I just got. Sometimes the spirit be saying things and I'm like, spirit, right? Like, how can you talk like that? Yeah, I'm not going to say that. But anyways, with the Page of Cups, I mean, this is loving feelings. This is like so lovey-dovey. It's just romance and, you know, tender affection and sweetness, right? Softness, gentleness. Somebody could realize that they really want to snuggle with you. Like they want to hold your hand. They want to snuggle with you. They want to be in your bed. Like, calm down. This person is like, just like, we get it, you know, like they're making me a little uncomfortable because it's like, geez, Louise, but this person is realizing some things. I don't know. Okay. Let's get some advice and additional messages. I'm not sure what deck to use for this. Well, you know what? I want to get some feelings off of this person, first of all. That's what I want to do. How is this person that we've picked up on in this reading? How are they feeling about Gemini? We see what they're realizing about Gemini, but how are they feeling? We have gratitude. Yeah, this person is extremely grateful that they met you or that you're in their life or they get to spend time with you, you know? Because this does not have to be a past person. This could very much be a present person that's in your life right now, especially if you're in a relationship, you've been in a relationship for a while, you're very happy with your spouse or whatever. Everything that I said could apply for this. How is this person feeling about Gemini gang? This person that is having these realizations, Spirit. How is this person feeling? We have overwhelmed. And then we have jealousy on the bottom. Well, obviously they're overwhelmed with how they feel, you know, like I feel like this person's not, some of these people are not used to feeling this much emotion for anybody or anything. I'm kind of getting the energy of like being dead inside. And then all of a sudden somebody puts them like, what are those? The defibrillators is whatever they call them. They're like, shh, clear. And it's like this person jumps back to life. It's like you jump started somebody's heart or somebody's feelings or something. And it's very uncomfortable. Is the energy that I'm getting. So this person is overwhelmed, you know? I'm also getting the energy of like the cork just kind of flew off, like popped off because there's so much feeling there. And yeah, look, love. And then with the jealousy, maybe this person gets really overwhelmed thinking about you being with somebody else. Like they know what it was like to talk with you and laugh with you and be with you, maybe even, you know, in that intimate sexual kind of way. And the thought of somebody else having those moments with you, like they get overwhelmed with jealousy. Like they want to punch the air. They don't like it at all, whoever this is. Okay. We have wishes fulfilled. Yeah, whoever this is who's having this realizations, they realize that you're like a wish fulfillment. But then we have anger. Maybe they're angry because they, again, beat off heaven on earth with a bat. Like, you know, like they kicked and screamed to get away from it. And now they're like, well, damn. It's like getting to the pearly gates of heaven and then looking in and being like, that actually looks kind of boring. I think I'd rather go back down to hell. And God's just like, oh, okay. You know, so kicks them back down and they're like, oh man, what did I do? What did I do? You know, it's giving that kind of energy. I'm hearing some kind of song, but I don't know what that song is. I can't hear it. It's very like, I don't know how to describe it, but my clairaudience, like when I hear music, sometimes it's really loud, but then sometimes it's super low and I can't really make out the words. All I can hear is like a tone is and I don't know what that is, so I don't expect any of y'all to know. I'm sure I'll still get songs in the comments. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Anyways, jealousy came back out with bottled up. Again, like this person is really jealous. I don't know. That's just what's coming through. We have love and change. Yeah, you changed somebody is what they're feeling. This person is feeling like you changed them with your love, okay? Okay. Advice and additional messages, please, for Gemini gang. Oh, wow, this is a long reading, but it's okay. Y'all like the long readings. I need to remember that I'm not bothering you guys by talking. Like, you literally click on these videos to listen to me, right? Because sometimes I feel like I talk too much. We have accept heaven's help. You've prayed for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you. That could be a message for this person, but maybe that's a message for you too, Gemini. Like, you know, like you prayed for some kind of help or something and Spirit's trying to give you that. So get out of your own way. Advice, advice, additional messages. We have a new dawn. The worst is now behind you and positive new experiences are on the horizon. We have a blessed change. A major life change brings you great blessings. Ooh, okay. So Gemini, I feel like just on like some side shit, Spirit wants you to know that there's a brand new beginning. There's a brand new dawn that's about to appear for you. Okay. And you're going to have some kind of blessed change. It might turn your whole like life upside down, but she looks happy, you know? So yeah, this could change a lot. Whatever this blessed change is, it might change everything, but you're going to be really happy with it is what Spirit's saying. Okay, what else do we have here? We have a break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. And I feel like that is that because if there's something different coming in or you're being asked to make a change based off of something that's different, Spirit's like, try something new. You might like it. Some of y'all, this could be talking about your self-employment or your employment period. Like try doing something new. You never know. You might like it. Last one for Gemini gang. And then we have time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in, okay? So that's a message for somebody. Let's get some slips of paper. I don't want to get very many this time, but we'll get a couple. And again, if you don't like these, you can always fast forward, okay? Messages for Gemini gang, please. This one popped out. Messages for Gemini gang. What are people realizing about them or whatever they need to know, you know? Uh-oh, one flew over here. Messages for Gemini gang. I'm not looking at it. I'm just reaching in and grabbing them. Okay, so hold your horses. Okay, that's enough. Oh, well, I got pretty much the same amount that I always get. Okie dokie then. Okay. We have it's okay to not be okay. I pretend to be just like you. We've gotten that before. We have a long pause and then them, right? So this is what they're saying. Maybe somebody's saying nothing to you. Maybe they don't know what to say. Maybe they don't want to say anything, but it's like a pregnant pause is the energy I'm getting. Maybe you left somebody speechless. We have shine. We have money flow. We have red flag. We have rejection is not a reflection of your worth. We have not the father. Oh, okay. Somebody's not the father. We have hair on your chinny chin chin. We have a time waster. We have stay in your lane. We have brother. We have okay crazy. We have love bomb. We've gotten that before. We have you are a powerful oracle. We have ready to grow up. We have repent. We have you will pay this debt off. Okay. We have save your money. Interesting. Lots of money messages coming through. We have the heebie-jeebie. We have lit. We have you're a gem. We have signs. We have working. We have relax. And we have don't want to meet your daddy, just want you in my caddy. Okay. So that's from an Outcast song. Hey, y'all. But basically what it means is, maybe that's how somebody treated you. Like, I don't want to meet your daddy. I don't want to meet your family. I don't want to get to know you on any kind of real level. I just want to clap them cheeks, okay? And they were like, yeah, didn't read the fine print when it comes to that. That's a red flag for sure. Anyways, guys, that has been your reading. I do hope that it helps. Hope it resonates. Hope it does something. And I'll definitely